Well, we're back at it. I'd have to say I'm getting awful close. If you look at it here, I've just about got it all sanded out. Tonight I'm going to work on solder the tail wheel on, and we'll take the gear doors off, and I'll sand the sides of those and get those ready to go. This is we're coming down to the home stretch, so I made another dashboard or instrument panel for it because I wasn't happy with the two or three that I made before. I need to cut those things off there. So we're gonna do a little landing gear work tonight. The uh, the tape spots that are on there are the only things that are left. There's very few of them. That's all I get. There's very few spots, and I can't sand all the paint off of this, or else it does me no good to sand it all off. So let's take these off. We'll work on this one first. We'll get the gear ready to go together, including aluminum screws or whatever I'm going to do. We'll get a weight on it tonight. Hopefully it's not ridiculously heavy. If it is, I'm going to cry. What can you do? It kind of is what it is when you don't have good wood. I got some more parts for my half A project plane. So the first thing I want to do is, these have a lot of imperfections in them, so I'm gonna go ahead and smooth on the green shit and hope for the best. That'll be the only place that I do it on these doors. Let's see. I'll do both these at the same time, so. What do you guys think? Is this airplane coming along nicely? I like it. I figured out how I'm going to do the canopy frame. I'm going to use my plotter to do it. Might as well use all the advantages I can get. That way it's perfect. You gotta like perfect. Let's see comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Super chat if you're so inclined. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, the cardinal sin of smooth this green stuff on and sand it off. But I don't have much of a choice. Honestly, I'm kind of excited about building this little half A Cobra. I haven't built a half A in 50 years, probably. 45 anyway. Now this is something, hey, Marcel, this is something that you don't want to do. But I'm going to sand all this off. It's got so many imperfections on it, I can't see any other way than to Just flood it and sand it. Because I don't want Jim Lynch to go, hey, what are you going to do about that? I love you, Jimmy. Yeah. No, it's got to fly great. That's the whole deal. My other one flew okay, but this one is going to be lighter. No matter what, it's going to be lighter. And it's got a bigger wing. So, I'm just going to do this tonight, and we'll block sand them gear and get them ready for primer. I might glue the dashboard in. I only got an hour. I can only get so much done in an hour. I did eat first tonight, so I don't have to eat. I already got that out of the way. Let's put this aside here. And what I just did there, I don't recommend. But do as I say, not as I do. I'm sure you heard your dad say that when you were a kid. Okay. I could make these lighter, and I might if it's close to my target weight, and I need to figure out how to shave off a half ounce. I might redo these landing gear doors. Do them in carbon or something. Did you guys see how I made these? I mean, they're not very hard to make. Make both of them in an hour. They're already epoxied. Gotta smooth some shit on there. See, if I was in St. Louis, I'd just paint these right now, but now I gotta wait till tomorrow when the sun's out. So I can step outside and shoot them. But that's the way it goes. Okay, so that's pretty, oh, we gotta get that. Or else Jim will go, hey, what are you gonna do about that? Uh-oh, something happened here. Robert Young. Super chat. My live videos are short and sweet unless they're 4 hours long. Thank you very much for the super chat, Rob. And I'm glad they helped you. And if you got any questions, you can always call John or myself. I'm more than happy to help you. Okay, how these wheel doors work? It's 64th light ply on each side of a piece of balsa with the wire running in the center. Now there is some basswood, 2/4 inch strips next to the wire to keep them from breaking. And we'll get a weight on it here. Let me get it sanded off. And we'll get a weight on one. Okay. Gotta make it look good. Hide this. Really appreciate the super chat, Rob. What I allow for landing gear is 3 ounces total for both. That includes the wheel, the door, the wire. If you run a carbon fiber landing gear, it's going to be 3 ounces. If you run the wire gear, 3 ounces. Could be a little bit more because you got the block in there. But carbon gear would not look very good on an airplane like this. This one here is ready for primer now. So these were down and dirty, short and sweet. They'll be more than acceptable. You can detail them up like I'm going to. The inside is going to be zinc chromate primer color. And the outside will be gray. Or no, wait a minute. Maybe these will be, oh, it'll have a red. That's what it is. They have a red outline here and green on the inside and gray on the outside. Then we'll do the Al Rabe shadow wheel well set up. I'll show you how to do that. It's not hard. Looks bitchin', but it's relatively simple. I was going to go look at a real Thunderbolt today, but I didn't get around to it. Maybe tomorrow. Okay, let's see what it weighs. Clean this off here. And we'll cut some of that off. Let's see. How much does this puppy weigh? Weighs 1 1/4 ounces. So I'm killing it on the wheel weight. 1 1/4. That's 2.5 ounces. I saved a 1/2 ounce on wheel weight. So what am I going to do for spacers and things? Let's see here. Now I save a lot of stuff from RC cars, you know, just any kind of garbage. I got a lot of nylon washers and things like that. Now nylon's lighter than aluminum. So we'll see here. I think these are servo bushings. I don't know because I don't fly RC, but I think that's what they are. And that's going to be lighter than a wheel collar. And we'll use that as the inside stop. So this little stop here goes on like so to hold the wheel out away from the door. Then that goes on. That looks relatively good. Now we got to take this this long 440 out of here and put a short aluminum 440 in this, and then we'll cut that off. On your wheel collars, throw away those stupid set screws. They strip out. I use a little 440 aluminum cap screw, socket head screw. Let's see what's being said. Robert Young said something again. More than welcome. I appreciate the super chat. Okay, so now we'll get this on here like so. We'll move this to the back. What happened to the driver? Man, see, I'm standing here. I haven't went anywhere. I didn't set anything down that I know of, but I don't have the ball driver. What happened to it? I know you guys, there it is. You guys saw me put it down. It looks good. So now I'll get a cutoff wheel going. We'll cut the extra axle off. Of course, it's not plugged in. Come on. Take a little weight off. Very little, but something. I'll catch it in this sheet here. What happened here? All right, got one done. One ready for primer. Let's sand this off. It's almost not ready for doing it. Let's go to the other one. That cleaned that up real nice. Need to loosen it up a little bit. I might have to cut that bolt in half. There we go. Okay, work on this one. So it looks like what we're going to get done tonight is the landing gear. Get the landing gear sanded. I'll get the tail wheel welded, soldered on. Okay, I had a sanding block, and I know I set it somewhere. I wonder how much longer I'm going to be able to build airplanes. I never could find any of the stuff I'm working with. Can I do it? There it is. You know what? I don't think I want to solder the tail wheel on until after I get that door painted, or the detail painted inside there. I'm probably going to be starting that little, oh yeah, I found a tail wheel. It's, let's see. It's one of these. One of them. I could put the 3/4 on it, but it calls for a 1-inch. Not only that, the 1-inch is lighter. I better put these away before I lose them. I seem to lose shit a lot. Went by Harbor Freight and was looking for a toolbox that I could put in here to put all this stuff in. Get rid of this plastic Tupperware thingy, whatever. But shit, they want $250 for a junk toolbox. I might as well buy a Snap-on. Something that don't lose its value, because you take that $250 Harbor Freight toolbox out the door, it's worth $50. What are you gonna do? Well, what do you guys think I ought to do with the half-A airplane I'm going to build? How should I determine the winner? You know, I thought about giving it to a kid, and it would be nice to find a kid who could fly. The problem is, it's going to be such a nice airplane. It's dope finished, and I'd like to see it last more than 3 times around the circle. That's the whole problem. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it to an old guy. Somebody who knows how to fly. Seems like the old guys are the only ones left. I guess I need to finish it and take it to Brodak and fly it in their half-A contest. That's what I'll do. Give it away at Brodak. That big guy Brandon's got some kids. I wonder if they're flying yet. He lives there in Carmichael. I think they flew at the Nats. Matter of fact, I think the kids beat the dad. I gave away a half-A Nobler at the Nats last year. Was it last year or the year before? One. It was the year before. One that my buddy Jerry built before he passed away. I wonder if it's still alive. Hey, Jim. Now, Jim, did you tint your clear? If you tinted your clear and you're on your third coat, the airplane should be pretty white right now. And it will take a half pint of what, not even on a little airplane, a half pint of white to cover the whole thing. Don't put enough paint on it that you can't see through the wing. Hold it up, you should be able to see light through the other side of the wing. Otherwise, it's got too much paint on it. When you set it down on the ground, you won't be able to see through it, but when it goes over the top, you'll be able to see sunlight through it. That's my buddy Jim I talk about on there with Joanne Lynch showing. That's his wife's name, Mama Jo. And that man is a craftsman. I would like to get with him and Tommy Looper on learning how to chalk detail. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Speaking of chalk and detail, this airplane's going to have all its. Well, I'm going to try to get all the correct panel lines on it and all the correct rivets on it. Now, how would you go about getting all the rivets on that thing? You're going to sit there with a pen and go dot, 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 dot. No. I got my blue low-tack vinyl sign paper. I'm going to take these. I got two different sizes. These are pounce wheels. I'm going to take these pounce wheels, straight edge, make a straight line. Then I'll take the masking paper up there, set it down on there, and then airbrush over the top of it, and I have rivet lines. That's the plan. Whether it works or not, I don't know. Only time will tell. Billy had an airplane in 2004 sitting on the flight line and had every rivet line on it and every panel line and every piece of nomenclature, which I got the nomenclature. Too bad Tank's hangar doesn't. My original Thunderbolt I did, they were all painted on. This year, they're going to have to be decals because Tank's hangar no longer sells them stencils. It was $140 a sheet for them, but well worth it. I don't know how the guy sat and picked all them out. Laser cut microscopic stencils. And I'm sure there's somebody still doing it. I just don't know who. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So let's make up another wheel. So I need another one of them little standoffs. That ain't it. That's it right there. Like I say, I think there's servo bushings or something along that line. Maybe one of you guys can tell me, what is that? Is that a servo grommet? I got lots of junk. Okay. I got lots of junk. I thought I had eighths. These are quarters, but I guess not. Look. Boy, I hate to drop this again. I dropped this screw band on the floor one time. No, these are quarters. Yep. Took an hour to get all that stuff back in there. Are we still online? Is this working? Yeah, I suppose. Could be a little looser. These are Dubro. Did you paint your air? Did you tint the clear, Jim? I hope. There we go. These are Dubro light flight wheels. They're really light. They're really, really light. I got a pair of 3-inchers up there in case the 2 3/4 are not good enough, but they're under an ounce. I mean, this is 1 1/4 ounces, so 1.5 ounces, or what was it? Yeah, 1.25 ounces. I'll cut that off and see if we get any lighter. Supposed to drop on the carpet or on the seat, not on the carpet. What happened to it? Well, I'm sure I'll find it. Get sucked up into the vacuum. Shoot. There it is, right there. Okay. Let's knock these off. Yes, still on. Hello out there, Donald. Oh, Joanne's watching too. Hello, Joe. Put it on, sand it off. Put it on, sand it off. So you guys that are new to the channel or whatever, if you're thinking about becoming a model airplane builder, you better love sanding. Because sanding is where it's at. Okay, we got that one done. Or do we? Nope. And it seems like when you think you got it sanded, you better sand it again because you ain't done. We're going to get a weight on this thing here. I don't think I'm going to make my 64-ounce weight limit, but it'll be fine. It's got 75 in it. Power! Arr, arr, arr. Yeah, I did put a tube in there. That's good. So that's straightened out. So we got another cape spot done. Okay, there's a long. We don't want a long in there. Let's put the aluminums in there. That way we get her lightened up. 1, 2. Oh, better not do that because I might have to take them off. Better use the steel so they'll come out of there. Super Tiger 51s are good. Even the Chinese one, the square-headed one. Dan McAtee flies one in a Shark 45. It works great. You know, how the engine runs, let me see if I can express my thoughts here. How the engine runs doesn't really matter who made it. Who made it I don't need 51s. I want 60s and 46s. Who made the engine matters on the longevity. What makes the engine run the best is who timed the engine. What is the port timing? And there's a certain set of numbers for stunt that work the best. And Dean Pappas is probably got the best handle on port timing and blowdown times and overlap and all that stuff. He understands that two-stroke theory pretty well. So if you want to ask any questions about port timing, look up Dean Pappas. You can find him on the forum. Dean Pappas is one of the guys who is a pioneer of the tuned pipe. They ran them in pattern airplanes. And a pattern airplane just goes, wah, screams. But they retimed different engines to operate in the optimum power band. And they, he understands it. Bob Hunt has a video on port timing and things like that. So if you might want to call Bob and ask him which one of his videos. I think it's a Stud Flyer video magazine that he has. $20 for a DVD or whatever the heck it is. And you can get the rundown on what the correct port timing is. The exhaust, intake, the crank timing, specification stock numbers, the display we have 083, 2 to 12, 95 to 12, RPM and muffler, yeah. Oh, that ain't right. Let's see. Without muffler, 11 ounces. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the one. That's in the right range. But with the muffler, you don't want to run that. You don't run there in the muffler. Get a Brian. Call Randy Smith or Scott Dinger. He made mufflers that were 1 ounce. So your 11-ounce motor becomes 12 ounces instead of 16. Of course, when you're building, you got to keep all these weights in mind. People have always asked me, why do I leave my airplanes together? So I can check the balance and to see where I got to be on weight. If you're not cognizant of what's going on, you'll end up with a wall banger. So after I get this on here, we'll weigh it up, check the balance, and see how much I can add. I got it. I'm going to have to add 2 more ounces anyway. Probably 3. Which is going to put me over the top, I believe. I don't think I'm at 61. Unless I make a tank. See this tank right here? This is a Casminato tank. It's got a hole in it right there and right there. I'm going to cut the end of this $100 tank off and fill it full of my mold making stuff. Make me a mold so that I can lay up this tank. And that'll cut the weight out of this. It cut an ounce off the nose. Because this is 1 ounce, the other one is 2 ounces. And the prop we're going to make, this is 2 ounces. I'm hoping to get that down to 1 ounce, so we'll cut 2 ounces off of that. But then again, is this thing going to balance? So you got to keep that in mind. So I killed 2 birds with 1 stone tonight. I got 2 of those tape spots taken off. We got 10 minutes. I'll work on sanding out some of these other spots, and then we'll weigh it up and call it a night. I don't know why I keep doing that. You know, after building so many airplanes, because I built a lot of airplanes, you would think that I'd know that this bolt right here needs to be set in farther, but I always end up putting it right next to where the wire comes out. I don't. It must be a mental block, and it doesn't hurt anything. It just would be a lot easier to get at if I moved it over a half an inch. Both of them half an inch inboard. I don't know what I'm thinking. Maybe, you know, because I work on that looks about right method. That looks about right. I don't know. Let's see. We got a spot here. Well, if we got a spot there, can't be much of a spot, that's for sure. Must be getting particular. Yeah, it's so slight, it's ridiculous. Got a spot here on the tip. Gary, what eyelets do I order from Amazon for your hinges? 16th inch OD. Yeah, this doesn't have any paint on it yet. You want 16th inch OD, 40 thousandths ID. Yeah, some guy in Sandy, there's no paint on this yet. This is all from sanding. It's not, there is no color dope on this yet. Oh, I did see two micro fine holes in the top there where I stuck pins in it, so I need to get those filled in. Of course, I'll remember. If I don't remember, John will see it. I hope. I'll remember. Uh-oh, what happened here? I just killed the camera. Let me go back to the other camera. Ah, shoot. There we go. Sorry about that. I moved the thing and killed the camera. Oh well. So I'll have to run on this other camera. This will be the last night at 320. We'll switch over to 600 tomorrow. I'll give her one complete sanding. I'll be ready to paint, except I got to get the canopy on, so we might do that tomorrow too. And a spot here. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh, yeah. Yes, indeedy. We're coming. Now, you got to sand the cap strips, but you don't want to grind on them, that's for sure. You will burn right through it. See, we got a spot here. So the spots that are left are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 spots, 14, 15 spots, and we'll be done sanding up on the 320. I'll get that done off camera tonight. Oh yeah, let's weigh it up, see what it weighs, see how far off the mark I'm going to be. Turd. I added the tail wheel. Come on, sit down there, don't. I don't want to have another disaster like I had with my little Tucker where I broke the fuselage last year. Yeah. Okay. Scale. Where's my foam? On top of the microwave. The shop is migrating into the kitchen area. It's on ounces, okay. I still could make my goal. I'm at 61 1/4. So it's going to be tough. It might just be over the top. I don't know. Let's see how it balances. Gotta be up higher than that. There we go. That's about where it should balance right there. Oh, it's not going to nose over on the microphone. It's going to be real close. So if I take a couple ounces out of the nose, I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. But I will have another Thunderbolt. Well, I'm sorry about the camera mishap. I don't know whether I killed it or what. Doesn't look like I got anything on there. Let me unplug this. All right, well, thanks for watching as always. Thank you for the super chat. And I'll see you tomorrow night. Fairwinds Tight Lines. Keep building. See ya.